The battle begins.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, two on the same side of the hill. Maybe they were just trying to, because they smoked in the beginning, they were trying to see if someone's there to get an easy first blood. Maybe. Not sure, but collapse is already. Yeah, they are stronger at level 1, I think. Overall, their heroes, Centaur, Bane. Alright, now Collapse is just doing his blocking. He knows he can get away with this because the enemy position path does not have a stun or anything to stop him. So he blocks the creep into the tower. This is going to get him creep equilibrium. So next thing you're going to see happen is Rule on the Moeta is going to make sure that Talon does not have a pull camp to disrupt the equilibrium. All these lanes should be quite contested, you know, looking at both the side lanes. The Poshka are going to get a sleep onto Jokam, pulling him in. Yeah. A lot of damage. Very nice. And so Radan is having a good time. In the first couple of waves, they have been able to harass the LC and the Ringmaster very well here. Good trade in the first level. That's going to set up them for a much easier level 2, level 3. It's all about trading resources when you're talking about the lane, who gets the better trade. And once you have more resources, you should be able to secure the Lotus later and eventually snowball the lane. Yeah, he was playing a little bit too aggressive, you know, when his mischief was on cooldown, you know. Like whenever you're trying to dive and get the 4th Jingu stack, you need to make sure you have mischief ready, you know, so that you can use it to tank the static slide. Okay, I think the lane is... That's a trade. Good trade for the Team Spirit side. They got the first blood. But as I was saying, I mean Mikoto, because of that trade, he is not really having a very good time now. He's very low on resources, so Storm is actually not really getting pressured too much in this lane. So if you're Spirit, you're really happy with the first couple of minutes right now, because the mid lane is the lane that you are most worried about getting snowballed by the Monkey King, and now it hasn't happened. It should be fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they get the better trade this time.
Did you see that?
This is not looking good for the Monkey King. Yeah, again, playing really aggressive. Good reaction there by Ruo, coming in to get the kill with the dead shot there. I mean, dying as the Monkey King in the lane is something that you cannot afford to happen, you know. It's going to set your hero back so much because you're meant to dominate the lanes. Oh, nice dead shot. That was a very nice setup by Rule, using that shot to push him into the silence so they catch the Phoenix and they can land the stun because of that from the Centaur. It's perfect play there from Collapse and Rule. But to be fair, Rule did most of the heavy work there. You know, he set everything up for the Centaur. Well played to him. Yeah, everything seems to be going well, you know, for Team Spirit in all 3 lanes. However, right now, in terms of CS, Radan has kind of had a hard time, you know, the last 1 minute or so. He's 18 and 6 to the 23 and 2 from WS. So he's definitely getting pressured a little bit more now. Yeah. It's a Legion lane after all. He's very good at pressuring you in the first couple of minutes. I mean, the mid rotations are going to be very, very crucial, right? Because if you look at the side lanes being discontested, so the runes control allowing the mid laners to come into action, it's going to be able to tip the balance, you know, on the side lanes very easily. They block. Brain snap. Ground for now. And the Poshka's looking for a rebuttal here. Yeah, I think that the mid trade is actually way better for Spirit, right? Killing the Monkey King. I think you take that trade, you're losing a Terabit on the safe lane. Seems like a pretty big deal and your carry going down, but I think it's even more important that the Storm gets the kill on the Monkey, and he's going to be able to run around with runes and control the map even better, you know. The Terabit, if you think about what the hero does, he's going to be farming anyway. Storm is the one that you want snowballing, you know, so he can move around with runes and, you know, take control of the game. And snowball. Yeah. The carry is going to be farming regardless, you know. You give him a kill, you give him an extra kill. Sure, you know, he's going to get his farming item a little bit faster, but he is still going to be pricing, you know. But if you give someone like a Storm a huge edge in the early game, he's going to repay you back like twice, you know. Or 3 times, you know.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, everyone's partying at top lane now. Alright, in trouble.
Dire's middle tower.
Here comes the space creator Larl.
Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Ru, they see him. He's alone now. He's gonna die here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Very nice.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, being in a new patch really, if you don't really know the trees really well, you're not gonna be ready for that marketing jumping in there, you know. Disguised as a tree. You're gonna die. Oh my god. Monkey dies again. That is his 3rd death, you know. He's really trying to play with his limits a lot, and so far, you know, has not really been yielding him good results, you know. Has been dying. He's been dying a lot, you know. And this is not a hero that you can afford that many deaths, you know. Here comes Collapse from the side. He's going to find a Phoenix. Emil tries to push him out. Right? You can't.
Radiant's bottom tower
can't.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He is the designated garbage collector now, collecting the dead lane farm, and then you're gonna get punished. But you are fine with that, you know. He almost got his level 6, you know, and he kind of wasted quite a decent amount of Team Spirit's time there, finding
Radiant's
him and hunting him.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, a no-fly zone. That's what we call it.
Radiant are scanning.
Yes, you get half of it, right, for helping with an assist. I like this facet now. Looking at the game, I feel like everyone that contributed to securing the dual damage is entitled for half of the bonus damage. Yeah, I mean, after all, you did help him secure the dual win, you know, so you deserve it. Mid lane. Very nice. Yeah, they needed it so badly, you know. Now it's going to kind of put Mikoto in a much better position, but he's still like he's bottom of net worth in terms of the cost, and he's going to need a couple more of those, you know, to get himself back into the game. But that was excellent spell casting by Talon for sure. The balance strike to set up the Wheel of Wonder, and the Tame the Beast to turn him, to fear him into the wheel, and just making sure that they get that full lockdown on top of the Phoenix Egg. Perfect.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
How can you not be a fan? The clown, you know? Okay, fair enough. But you always call me a clown, so you don't really like me. Okay, I know now. This is why I never get to order the food I really like. And every time it's always like, okay, let's get this, like, let's get that. I'm like, can we actually have something else? Nope, which is just nope. Yeah, my wife loves it. I'm like, maybe not so much. You know what? My dogs love it though. Yeah, they love it. Yeah, she really likes a bite of durian, you know. A little bit of dessert after dinner. I mean, in WS, it's gonna get a lot of durian this game, you know, once you get the dagger.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's probably not supposed to play in this dangerous area. I think this is supposed to be the Phoenix's area, I feel like. Yeah, because if PA is mid, right, it's a lot safer for her in the mid lane. In the bot lane, it's kind of very dangerous. I think you used to be able to do this with PA when you have your blur, when the old blur, when you are not really seen on the minimap. But nowadays, I think with the change to the blur and people don't get it anymore for that early, so it's hard, you know, it's hard to actually push out these dead lanes, you know. You have to really change your mindset when you're playing the hero. For some players, they get used to the OPA. Whenever you pop your blur, whenever you have it, you feel like you can just go to dangerous places to farm. In the current, I think in the current meta, it's kind of hard for PA to do that anymore. I would have probably preferred it more that the Phoenix takes the dangerous area. And he's there now. You probably realize that, okay, I need to stop my carry from coming down here. You know, in your game, sometimes you look at your carry farming and he's dying repeatedly because he's going to the wrong side, and then you don't really want to upset him, so you gently just go to that area and replace him. Oh, I'll take the farm here, you go somewhere else, instead of saying, hey, you're not supposed to farm here, you know. It's like a gentle reminder, you know. You know when the government or the banks they send you gentle reminder to do certain things. That's how it is. Nice dodge. Wow. That was the blink reveal.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yep. And as the state of the game right now, I think they are fairly happy about it with Spirit. They're getting quite a lot of farm for the Terrorblade, a lot of space. And talking about going until late game, I think you're kind of happy if you have Storm, Terrorblade, and Centaur. Very good read, because they know that they were top right just now. They dodged the gank, so they immediately make the read that they already left this area, they're not here, so they're probably moving to bot with a smoke from mid, you know. So that was precisely what talent they were trying to do. A good read, very good read. And now they're trying to counter gank here from behind. Smoke breaks. This is going to be very dangerous. Yeah, I think whoever steps in to try and hit the tormentor is going to get punished. You need to win a fight first. Wow, another blink dodge. How did he just see him coming? Good anticipation. It was insane, you know. I'm pretty sure he had no vision. Didn't see him.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah. Now he gets to push out waves. Arcane Boot's done, so he has mana to push out the waves. I mean, I like that he actually has a Quelling Blade with a hero like Bane, because you're going to be spending a lot of time hiding in trees waiting for a catch. And the Quelling Blade actually helps you a lot to hide around the trees.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Talon, I feel like they have to have like a 3-1-1 setup though. I think they are like sending the Monkey King to farm most of the time, and they're making this plays with the Legion, with the Ringmaster, which I feel like they need to involve the Monkey King, you know, the three of them need to play together. They don't really have enough heroes, because every time they're going for a move, they catch someone and then Spirit just immediately TP someone, and then they have Stampede on top of that, right? So it's very difficult to make the moves work if you don't have enough heroes. So I think they need to bring more people when they are making this sort of play, preferably involve the Monkey King as well, because he has the stun to initiate. Yes. This game I think it's fine that he's not so greedy. The Legion itself has a lot of scaling power, so you don't necessarily need the Monkey King to be very greedy with his build. I think he just needs to play around his team, but he has the items to play around his team, but he isn't really part of the play, right, with the Legion for the last couple of minutes. So I think they just need to coordinate better and, you know, try to get the right amount of heroes at the right location whenever they're making an aggressive move. Like, you mean for Dota in general or for this game? Yeah, I think in general it's nice to have 2 right now. 2.5 can be like really pushing it, you know. I think 2 is, but sometimes it can work, you know, 2.5 with the right game, with the right draft. But I think in most cases 2, I would say, is the most reasonable number right now. Sometimes 1 can work too, if you want to play extremely fast. If you're like Liquid, only one carry, you know, and they just keep fighting. Don't be Poshka, he's just trying to bait a reaction. Nice duel. It's not over. Yeah, I feel like Talon are happy with that, you know, they got the two big kills, you know, the Storm and the Terrorblade. Even though they lost more heroes in terms of numbers, it seems like they are the losers here, but I think in terms of like the more important heroes, they got what they wanted, you know, the kill on the Storm and Terrorblade. It was an initial nice play by Miposhka on the Bane. He was trying to bait them into the centaur when he was trying to get in. It was a very nice play, but maybe a little bit too quickly, and they kind of didn't have enough heroes on the high ground when they ran up, you know, when they got engaged by Talon, so they couldn't really kill the egg, you know, fast enough, you know. And it was a nice duel by WS to stop the Terrorblade from putting the egg. 5 seconds, stampede.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Monkey King has AD. He's coming. Pochka scouts him also. He's telling his team to be careful. Land Supernova plus a big wheel. Alright, here we go. Not the wheel they wanted.
Radiant's middle tower.
So it's time to, I guess, retreat for Talon now. They have to just pull back a little bit and reassess the situation. They still have an egg if Flame Spirit dive in too deep, you know. So they might be able to still fight back if Spirit goes into a very dangerous position. Yeah, probably the Tame the Beast. Let me see, but probably breaks the tree. Not sure. Because that was the only spell that was on cooldown. So they're gonna smoke. They're looking for Larl. They saw him farming the wave a couple of seconds ago. They have to land either the stun or the duel right away. Oh no. Oh my god, that was actually so unlucky.
Radiant's
Yeah, they
bottom
can't.
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
they can't pop the Lincolns, you're right. I mean, the thing is also the cast time is going to be very long as well, so it's not really reliable to take it. gets caught.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Talon just, I think, shouldn't really fight away from the egg, right? That was a pretty good egg by Koku there. He placed the egg on the high ground, but they were chasing down the ramp, you know, so away from the egg, and they actually overestimated how strong they were in that fight without the egg to back them up, and Spirit just punished them very, very heavily, you know, killing all the heroes there. Once the BKB ran out on the PA, there's just no way for him to fight.
Regeneration.
Yeah, the wheel was nice as well. I think ideally for the fight, they need to be fighting around the wheel, around the egg, and the goal needs to be on that area. If they have to chase, they just need to back off, you know, and just let the kill go away, you know, they can't go for it. And if you look at Spirit's heroes, they are much better at taking like a very long, drawn-out fight with Storm, with Centaur, with Terrorblade, and even Muerta, you know, like the more rounds or spells you get off, there's a lot of chasing, it's always going to be beneficial for your for Spirit's lineup, whereas Talon lineup is supposed to catch one hero with either the Legion or the Monkey King stun, and then they need to kill the hero and end the fight right away. You know, if the fight is not over by then, they really need to back off. Good catch.
Win this place, I do.
Haste.
And here comes Larl.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's structures Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, this Storm is really out of control, and this has a lot to do with what happened in lane. You know, Larl got away with so much from the laning phase, and he's really, like I said, you know, Storm is the best hero to repay your team when your team gives you a good start or you get a good start. You know. Phoenix is going to get caught by the coin once again, and that is why Muerta is very, very good into the Phoenix, you know. And Talon just couldn't really find a foothold in this game, you know, just constantly pressured by Spirit throughout the game. They kind of had one or two good fights in the early game. Right now, it's full team Spirit, you know, they're just killing everything they see.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under Radiant's bottom.
Just keep on ahead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The heartache. All the heartache, you know, of the SEA fans. You can feel it right now. All credit to the Spirit, you know, they played a solid game, especially I think eyeing Larl and Ru, you know, in the early game, just killing the Monkey King. A very, very big deal, you know, killing a hero that's supposed to win his lane, and it creates a snowball on a hero that shouldn't have a snowball, like Storm. And he has been like just destroying Talon, you know, the whole game. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough game, you know. High pressure situation creates a lot more mistakes. Yeah, but at the same time, they're also already out, right? So I feel like the pressure isn't the same as yesterday when they were still fighting for their
Radiant's
lives.
top tower is under attack.
What, you don't see the centaur there? Wow, okay, that's a spot right there.
Radiant's top tower is falling. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is falling. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
You know, making a tough early game, you know, for a Storm on paper